What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long since I just did like a sit down face to face with you guys and updated you on all the stuff that's been going on. A lot has happened, a lot has changed. Clearly I've gone platinum blonde and that's been a lifelong dream, to be honest. I know that sounds kind of silly, but it's just something that I've always wanted to try. And being Indian, you have a lot of red pigments in your hair, so it's really hard to get it to a point where it goes white, where the color is in a cooler tone. A lot of technical information for no real reason. Anyway, I've been told over and over and over again by all kinds of hairstylists saying, don't do that to your hair, it's gonna get completely screwed up, it's gonna like fall out, it's just gonna like break and die. You know, after hearing that a bunch of times, it's like, okay, sure, yeah, or maybe I'll just have some blonde highlights, or I'll do a color that's easy for my hair. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I don't want to take no for an answer. I need this to happen. So whatever you need to do to make sure that the hair is okay and still push it, let's do it. As you know, a few weeks ago I went to Amsterdam and I just decided in my head that this was the time that I'm going to start the process of going blonde. I did some research, I found these amazing stylists in this place called Kinky Cuppers. Again, I'll link it in the description box. They do a lot of these wild colors and experimentation with hair. That being said, they don't normally do it on Indian hair. But you know, I like giving people a challenge, so I went over, I had a consultation, and we decided, okay, let's do it. So obviously I documented the whole process because this is a big deal for me. So here it is. If you're going lighter, you're gonna have to use bleach. Bleach washing the hair as a process takes a few hours, and since my hair already had color in it, it meant that there were parts of the hair that were lighter, there were parts of the hair that were darker, so it needed to be treated in a particular way and timed to perfection. Since the roots of my hair have no color and they're virgin, the bleach went on there last, whereas the other parts of my hair, like the ends of my hair, the midsection, we did a balayage style color treatment where we worked the bleach into the hair in a way that it blends beautifully with the color that already exists. You'll see a lot of white foils in my hair, and that's part of the balayage process. The bleach is then washed out of my hair at different times based on which parts of the hair have really gone to that bleach place and which parts still need a little bit more time to process. When you're sitting in the chair for that long, you need a little sustenance. So this was my hair at its scariest, completely bleached, and now we go into the toning process. The toner is what you use to tone down the bleach and bring it to the tone of color that you really want. So that was the last step of the process in Amsterdam. This took about 5 to 6 hours. So I'm back from Amsterdam and my hair is in this like honey blonde tone, which I quite liked. I thought it was great and the hair felt good, but at the same time I'm like, that's not the color I wanted though. I wanted it to go lighter, I wanted it to be whiter, I wanted it to be cooler. So I made another appointment here in Dubai with the amazing Jane at the Marquee Salon in the Lakes. And she was amazing. Since my hair had already gone through one process of bleach, I just wanted to give it a little time before I went back in and went for that color. Between the first session in Amsterdam and the one in Dubai, there was a good month and a half. Stylists will tell you to wait longer, but I'm particularly impatient, so I didn't really wait. My stylist in Dubai suggested that we go in with a lot of highlights instead of bleach washing the hair completely and risking breakage. So she took big sections of the hair like you would for a full head of highlights and bleached them out first again so we can really push it once more closer to that white zone that I wanted, and then once again toned it down to bring it to this color. This was such an exciting process for me because it got as close to the color as I wanted. And this, my friends, is the result, which I actually am really happy with. Obviously, it's not completely white because there's a lot of warmer tones in my hair, so it'd be really difficult to do that without breaking it up into sessions and making sure that the hair doesn't die. At the moment, my hair still feels like my hair. It has movement, but obviously it takes upkeep and it's a different set of rules for hair that's so light. But that's fine, you know. I knew that going in, like it wasn't like brand new information to me, so I was fine with it. Which brings me to why now? Why did I decide to do it now? Which is something I really wanted to talk about today because I think it's kind of important to say this out loud. Like most women that I know, I tend to make big dramatic changes to my hair when I'm going through something personally. It's some sort of way to mark that moment, like take control in a way of like things when everything feels so out of control. Having control over something feels really good. These last few months, the summer in general has been extremely intense for me. I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety recently. You know, I don't quite feel like myself a lot of the time. I will wake up and literally not feel like doing anything, and sort of it comes out of nowhere, and it comes in waves, and when it hits, it's really difficult to function, which is probably why also the vlogs have been sort of inconsistent for this reason. Is I'm trying to give myself a break and go through what I need to go through to get through this phase, learn what I need to, and strengthen myself mentally, because if you don't have your mental health, you have nothing. For me, it's been a lot of rejigging of how I spend my day, really paying attention, being conscious about what are the things that are causing me anxiety or putting me in a place of stress, or putting me in a place where I start to feel like, you know, emotionally like immovable, and trying to keep a check on that and doing what I need to talk to the right people, to let the people in my life take care of me when needed, and also to take care of myself when I need that, when I need the time out, and to just spend time with myself. The weeks and the times that have seemed extremely daunting and not something that I felt like I could solve, like it wasn't within my capacity, I went to therapy. I tried to figure out what those triggers are for me and to deal with it one day at a time. I just wanted to put this out there for anyone who might be going through a tough phase and is trying your hardest to keep it together and feeling kind of hesitant to ask for help. There'll be nothing better for you than to take a moment and say, I think I'm going through something, and I'm just going to figure out what I need to get through this phase. Life is great and life is wonderful, but it's also complicated, complex, and it's meant to be that way. So I hope you're taking care of you, and thank you for watching. We're teasingly close to 1 year of vlogging, which I can't believe is actually true. So I have a lot of exciting things planned, and I really hope you'll continue to tune in, and I will see you next week. Bye!